Hello everyone, today I'm gonna be discussing variables in JavaScript. So, a variable is kind of like a container, and a variable contains a value, and the variable behaves like the value that it has inside. We have three different kinds of values. We have strings, numbers, and booleans. And yeah, first of all, let's go over what is a string, what is a number, what is a boolean. So first, a string is a series of characters. Let's say, for example, let, that is the keyword used to declare a variable. Let's say let username equals, and then double quotes. Let's say Tozu and semicolon. Now we have a variable that contains a string, a series of characters. Let's console.log username. Then right click, inspect, and console. And there we go. There's Tozu. Okay. We can also have a number. Let's say that let age equals 20. And let's console.log age. So now we have the number 20. Then the last data type is boolean. Now boolean values can be either true or false. Let's say let is recording equals true. Then let's console.log. Remember to save, and that says true. So yeah, these are the three different data types that we can store inside of variables. So right over here, I'm doing declaration and assignment together. So let's go over those. First of all, we have declaration. We can say let username to and semicolon. This is called declaration. We declare a variable, but we don't assign any value to it yet. Then we can say username 2 equals Tozu number 2, for example. And then we can console.log username 2. Let's go to the console, and it says Tozu number 2. So there's declaration and assignment. But we can also do declaration and assignment together. So yeah, it's up to you. Anyways, this is the most often used if you know what your variable is going to be. Okay, we can also console.log the type of different variables. So let's type in type of, for example, the username. Alright, let's save, and it will tell me that it's a string data type. Let's say type of age, that's going to be a number. Type of is recording, that's a boolean. Booleans are either true or false. They are going to be very useful in if statements, which we will cover real soon. Okay, then I'm gonna show you template strings. So template strings are created with two backticks, like that. And then you can type in that my username is, add a dollar and curly brackets. Inside of this you can add a variable like username. When we save, it's gonna say my username is Tozu. Let's console.log you are, add a placeholder, years, you are age, years old. A semicolon, and console.log you are, add a placeholder, is recording, you are recording, colon, and then this will say either true or false. Let's save it. And there we go. My username is Tozu, you are 20 years old, you are recording, true. So yeah, there we go. What if we want these to be shown on the web page? Well, we gotta go to the HTML and let's create a paragraph. This is gonna get the ID of username, or actually let's say text1. And I'm gonna copy this a total of 3 times. There's gonna be text number 2 and 3 as well. Then we gotta get these variables to this file. So let's get them by the ID. So let's store a reference const text1 equals document.getElement by ID. The ID that we're getting is text1. Then let's do the same for the other ones. And pay attention, I said get animations. That's not correct, but get element by ID. Okay, so we have a few different ways of declaring variables. We have let, we have const, and then we have a var. Now var is something that we don't use anymore. That's an old way of declaring variables. But we use let and const. In the future I'm gonna go through what is the difference between let and const. However, let's go, and these paragraphs are empty. Let's add some text. So I'm gonna say text1, then I'm gonna say dot text content equals a template literal. So your username is username. And now on the page we have your username is Tozu. What if we say Tozu25? Tozu25. Your username is, what if it's empty? Well, then it's gonna be empty. What if it's undefined? Then it's gonna be undefined. But let's set this to be equal to Tozu. Alright. Then what if we have the age? Let's get the text2. Let's access the text content and make it equal to you are, add a placeholder, a dollar, curly brackets, age, years old. You're 20 years old. Text 3.text content equals you are recording, add a placeholder, is recording. You are recording, true. So yeah, this is the way we can also get these variables to the website. So over here I take the element by its ID from the HTML, this one, it's going to be a paragraph, and I save a reference to text3. So yeah, text3 is yet another variable. So then when we access text3 and the text content, we can change the text content inside. So text3 is another variable. What we can also do is this. We can just say document.getElement by ID text3 and immediately say dot text content equals. We can also do this and save. And now the text is changed. We can also do this. So this part is kind of optional, but in a large program that really helps us. Because writing a variable like text1 or text2 or text3 is a lot easier than writing document get element by ID and then saying what you want to do to the element. So yeah. Anyways, let's go through a little recap. So let's say let string example equals a string is a series of characters, can include numbers or be a number. So this is something to take into account. A string can be a number. Let's document.getElement by ID. Let's take the paragraph with the ID of text1 and say text content equals string example. So a string is a series of characters, can include numbers or be a number. So let me give you an example. I'm gonna show or make a new variable. Let number string equals, within quotes I'm gonna type in 20. And then I'm gonna set this to be number string. So this is a number, but it is of the string data type. So let's console.log type of number string. Let's open the console and it will tell us that it's a string data type. Alright. Then let's create a number example. Let's set it to be 20 and Boolean example. Let's set it to be true. So let's get this paragraph and this one next. So document.getElement by ID text2.text content equals number example, and document.getElement by ID text3.text content equals Boolean example. What are we missing? I'm gonna change the variable names. So we have example 1, 2, and 3. Then, document get element by ID text1.text content equals example 1. Alright. Then document get element by ID text2.text content equals example 2. That's not showing up. Well, of course, a T is missing. So there we go. Now it's showing up. Then document get element by ID text3 and dot text content equals example 3. So we have 3 values. We have a string, a number, and a boolean. So yeah. Anyways, that's variables. So a variable is kind of like a container. It contains a value. It's either a string, number, or a boolean, and then the variable will behave as the value it contains. And also, you can modify your web page, for example like this. You can set an ID attribute to your paragraphs or whatever, and then go to the JavaScript file. You can get the ID. You can access for example, the text content and make it equal to a variable, or you can make it equal to a string of text, a number, a boolean, or something like that. Or you can even save a completely new variable here. Let's say let text number 1 equals that. Alright, and we can console.log text number 1. Okay, let's open the console. And there we go. A string is a series of characters which can include numbers or be a number. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you were able to learn something new from this episode. If you got some questions, please leave them down below. And yeah, I hope you are having a wonderful time with this, and yeah. Anyways, bye bye everyone, and I wish happy learning to everyone. Bye bye.